Guy's going to start.
There's a good shot. That is a good shot.
It's all sorts of heavyweight.
I want my money. I want my money. Fabio Warley. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sugar Abdullah, no mas, murderers roll Mason. Okay, the guy is the future. And I know what happened with Keyshawn Davis's brothers and everybody and everything that happened, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about any of that shit. We're going to talk about what's worth talking about. We're going to talk about Bataya giving Squawo Bobby Brown jaw.
Yeah, solid punch.
And he knew straight away it's
Junto Nakatani, early this morning, giving bro big eye.
Crew, or they might be next. Look at they man eye. Big man, they never try.
The milk with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch. We're going to talk about Fabio Warley giving Hooney the Manny, are you okay?
At the end of the last round, I said you never know in heavyweight.
See, this is a looping shot. So that's the shot. Bam, right on the button that the weightlifter definitely would.
Like that. That is Hollywood right there. If that was a film, you...
Oh, Manny coming in and he walks right into it.
Right hand from hell.
Your winner by way of knockout on the chin. Boom, right there.
That's the shit I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Matter of fact, I think Sugar Abdullah, no mas, murderers roll Mason said it best after his fight.
No, I had no idea that was going on. You know, I heard it was going on while I was fighting, but no comment. You know, that's not how me and my brothers roll. So we're gonna go back to the room and enjoy our win and look forward towards that next step.
And of course, at the end of this video, we're going to enter the zone war room and play the highlights of Bataya, his fight, and Fabio Warley and his sensational knockout over Hooney. I want to say this about Bataya, all right? He was really just too big, skillful, athletic. He just had every advantage over Squawo. He just was really too much. I mean, the coordination with his feet, his jab, his height, the guy is just, Bataya is a superstar, a sensational talent. All right, and he did what he had to do, making short work. Now, let's talk about Fabio Warley real quick before we head into Sugar Abdullah, no mas, murderers roll Mason. Listen, Hooney was a better fighter than Fabio Warley last night, all right? Technically, he was. But Fabio Warley showed more durability and grit than Hooney. And that is another example of boxing being a fight. And what boxing offers is just not technique and skill. Boxing represents a lot of different things. And tenacity, courage, willingness, grit, durability, endurance, all those things come into play. And sometimes, many times, those are the most important things. The stuff you can't teach. Fabio Warley was outmatched. But Fabio Warley caught Hooney jumping in just like Manny Pacquiao did against Marquez. With a pre-hop, then two hops, and then just like Marquez, Fabio Warley countered the jab and caught him with the right hand. All right, except for I think Hooney was sitting down on his right when Fabio caught him. I thought it was a lucky punch at first. Come to find out, he was setting it up all fight, and I thought he was, during the fight until that point. I was like, Fabio is shooting a jab to the stomach. He's gonna go jab 1-2. All right, and then I said, you know what? Throw a feint and then just throw the 2. But what I didn't know he was doing was looking at Hooney, the way he was, the muscle memory, the way he was setting up his delivery system. And Fabio leaned to the side, caught him. That right hand finally landed on the target. He has a very talented right hand. People were calling him Fabio Wilder last night, all right? And he won me my $1,000 plus on my bookie.
My bookie that I wanna try.
And really, we thought the count was a little fast last night, but I saw it from a different angle thanks to DAZN. They put it on their Instagram, and it was definitely a 10 count. All right, it was a clean 10 count, and Hoon didn't beat the count. Fabio Warley, in my opinion, and I've been saying this repeatedly, is one of the four kings, which is the four kings of Queensberry. It's Frankie's four kings, bro. The guy has Agate Kabayal, Fabio Warley, Moses Atoma, and he has Daniel Dubois. Those boys, we'll see what happens with Daniel Dubois and Usyk, if Usyk passes the torch. But those boys gonna have to see each other. They're sitting right there. They're sitting right there. The four kings of Queensberry, those are some bad boy heavyweights, all right? And I'm just salivating. Now, Matchroom got Termowana, all right? And he's a guy coming up that I can't wait to meet him, all right? Of course, you have Torres and all those boys here in the States. But I'm just saying the four kings of Queensberry is something else. Now let's move over to Sugar Abdullah, No Mas Murderers Row Mason. The guy has it all. He has it all. And what he definitely had last night was the main event, and he had our attention. Now, sad to say, the media dug into some out the ring nonsense. And that kind of overshadowed, and it shouldn't have. And we won't allow it in the war room. Abdullah Mason is a perfect fighter. When he was dropped twice by Super Shag, okay, and got up and won by knockout, I thought that was great to happen to him early in his career. It showed a lot to the boxing community, and he showed a lot to himself. Also, he learned how to keep the cell phone up. He kept the phone up, the celly up all night, all right? Nakatilia, the type of right hand he has is tremendous. And how Shakur Stevenson had to fight against Nakatilia, he was very, very cautious. Sugar Abdullah, No Mas Murderers Row Mason, went at him. He boxed him at first, peppered him, learned the distance, learned how to block the right hand. Then he learned how to break him down. And then he started to apply the type of pressure to end his night. He caught Nakatilia with a shot that almost ripped his eyelid off. So they had to stop the fight due to cuts. That was a dangerous thing, and nobody want to see that shit. That was disgusting, all right? He had a cut so deep on his eyelid, across his whole eyelid, it could have ripped it off. You ain't got that kind of time. Abdullah showed that he was a better fighter. That's all we needed to see. What I like about him is he's young, athletically gifted, but he has a level of discipline that is going to be the tool that he has that's going to take him to the next level of not just stardom, but the type of boxing star that people, younger kids, can aspire to be like. He has that Sugar Ray Leonard shit, okay? He has the face forward and the marketability. And he keeps his nose clean, all right? He's a good kid, and that's going to take him far. He has all the physical attributes good enough to where he has the frame to where he can gain the weight, put on the type of muscle as he develops into a man that can put him in the weight classes that start to earn even more money. We're talking about welterweight and up, all right? This guy can be a multi-division champion. And you can kind of bank on him doing so with how the skills and the natural attributes he has, the natural talents that he has, the gifts that he has, but also the discipline, defensive responsibility, all right, the technical savvy and skill, but on top of that, the type of Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Shane Mosley tenacity that makes you finish a guy, pause, knock him out, stop the fight in their night. That is very important when it comes to being a prize fighter and a superstar. People love knockouts. Knockouts get you to the bag. People love fights and fighting. He is a boxer puncher. He is someone who has the type of tools that can just be a pure boxer and box you, even a slick boxer, because you see his footwork and you see his full body speed. But he has the mindset of a Tommy Hearns. He has the mindset of an Aaron Pryor. He has the mindset of an Alexis Arguello, somebody who can go get you like a Salvador Sanchez, let his hands work with bad intentions to end the night and put the cherry on the sundae, which separates a very good fighter and a prize fighter. The type of power that he's displaying right now at lightweight, at the age he is, he has room to carry it up. I'm not rushing him. What I'm saying is, what is he, 20? Something like that? What I'm saying is, if you are an Abdullah Mason fan, and he said last night, this was an opportunity for him to gain new fans. If this is your first time seeing him, become a fan of his. He's already working on his marketing. He told people in Virginia, come over to Ohio. You're welcome. You're invited. Gaining the type of fans, got that type of appeal. All right? What I'm saying is, somebody like him who has the power and the discipline, but definitely the physical attributes to carry up, be a multi-division champion, you're going to be able to cheer this young guy on for a while. All right? Let me know how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz or don't, we in the zone war room.
We in the zone war room.
Instructions all times. We're afraid to break your ball, break clean. Defend yourselves all times. And the best look to your ball. Touch gloves.
Here we go. Hooney in the Lion's Den. Warley has not lost in 19 and 17 have finished by knockout. And that right hand that detonated on Fraser Clark is, well, it stands out in the memory.
Right, he commits to the shot, he really does, and not holding back already in this opening round. It's important for Hooney to stay switched on, stay disciplined. Don't get carried away, don't waste anything, move, stay out of trouble, weather an early storm for Fabio. I think it's about trying to get that right hand, as we've mentioned, into play early. He's doing the right thing where he's positioned in the ring, Hooney. He's not getting backed up, he's allowing space behind him so he can use those quick feet to glide out of range. That's a good jab followed by a left hook from the Australian.
Yeah, decent speed from Justice Hooney.
Not so much the speed as well, Adam. He punched to the chest with the jab, so he could throw that left hook over the top.
He realised that he had lots of attributes that you can't talk, you can't be taught, you can't buy. You know, heart, desire, will to win. But he got it right in the rematch, didn't he? With that unquestionable power with both hands.
Now edging towards a world title shot, but he's got to deal with this very, very confident Justice Hooney, who's put a combination in there early in the third round, and Warley takes it.
I'll tell you what, there was a heavy left hook to the chest of Warley.
He felt that left hook, Warley. I mean, that's sometimes when he's at his most dangerous, when he's hurt and when he's tired, Warley. So he sometimes looks unsteady and he comes back with a big shot to get himself out of trouble. But you got to be careful there with that right hand a little bit low, the left hand also low.
Little respect here for his punch power.
I just think he's got to tidy up defensively inside Fabio. Just keep the hands a little low.
That's a good shot though. Back comes Warley with a combination up against the ropes and trying to free his arms for the big swings. One shot onward. It's Fabio Warley as the action heats up in the third round. And what a round here in Ipswich. Hooney and Warley going to war.
Yeah, good work to the body. I feel he needs to trade with Hooney here, Warley. Let the shots go. As he's throwing them shots to the body, fire with the right hand over the top.
Hooney's landing more here. And for me, he's winning this fight. Carl, I know the first round was close on your card. How are you seeing it now?
I have Hooney 3-2 up now. He's boxing really well here at the minute, and I get the impression that Fabio's feeling a little bit sorry for himself. He keeps leaning down to try to avoid Hooney's shots, but Fabio's leaning to his own right side. Lovely jab there, working the body so well. Look how quick that is, double jab right.
Two right hands from Justice Hooney. Fabio Warley open but comes back with body shots. He's so tough. To the face of Bournemouth Road, trying to rally them down.
He needs to do that now. He needs to find something. Again, good shot from Hooney.
He's hurt here. Fabio just has to hold on. Justice Hooney, a minute and a half into the 7th.
Just walked onto a jab there, didn't he?
Yeah, and a mark under the left eye. It's just a case of Hooney knowing more, the pedigree, but the way he's delivering it with the confidence tonight, almost a swagger in the Hooney work.
And also, we had questions about Hooney's chin, but it hasn't been a question, because I don't think Warley's landed a real solid shot.
Body shot back from Warley, but he just eats up another. Fabio Warley, and he's beginning to get into some trouble here. 20 seconds left in the 7th.
Yeah, he looks jaded, he looks hurt. And this is menacing, the way he's just creeping forward with such confidence, Hooney.
Dominating here, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Absolutely. He's been brilliant, Justice Hooney. Fabio Warley showing a good chin as always. But he's just chipping away Hooney. Outclassing Fabio Warley tonight. He's been absolutely superb. Good defense, quick hands. And he's the one that's hurting Warley, and again.
And just that judgment of distance that you learn over time as well, that sort of thing, from an amateur background, it's showing here tonight.
Big left hand and a right. Raining punches in now, Justice Hooney. And you're saying he's enjoying it. I think he's absolutely loving it in there.
He disguises almost every big attack and effective attack he has. He disguises before he throws it, and I think that's really what's confusing Fabio Warley here.
That is one to really watch out for. Let's bring Carl back in. How are you seeing things now? Surely Hooney is forging ahead.
Yeah, Hooney went well in front now. There's my scorecard, 78-74. It's hard to even see unless Fabio lands something big. It's hard to see him even winning a round. This fight's becoming very, very easy for Justice Hooney. And a lot of it's down to the experience and everything else, but Barry's mentioned it, we're not seeing the same kind of commitment to the shots from Fabio.
And remember, he's got 17 knockouts on the record, so don't write him off just yet. But he's losing this, and he's losing it big.
Yeah, and look, you can understand why Frank Warren's in the corner there. This could be a massive missed opportunity for Fabio Warley. Look at the people that turned up. You put on a good display here, you get the win, this only grows.
But I tell you what, he has the power, though. It doesn't look likely the way he's boxed so far. He's just come out against a good fighter, that's all that's happened. But if he lands with a shot, the adrenaline rush he'll get and the onslaught that he'll throw, he could finish the fight.
He did land with a shot at the end of the first round, but since then he's not managed to hurt.
Again, it's the feet. He's just trying to throw a big right hook there, but he's just glided out of range so easily, Hooney, and then he's straight back to the centre of the ring. That is so frustrating.
Moses Atalma, the young heavyweight heir apparent possibly, watching on from ringside. So many hovering around, waiting for a shot. Usyk and Dubois meet Joseph Parker, Ajit Kabayel. There's all sorts of heavyweight. And it just takes one shot. Can Hooney get up? I don't think he's going to make it. That is unbelievable. Fabio Warley losing virtually every single round, and he fights a jackhammer. Oh my word! At the end of the last round, I said you never know in heavyweight boxing because it can turn like that.
That is Hollywood. Hollywood right there. If that was a film, you would say it was too unbelievable. What a shot. He was way down on the cards, and he has just detonated a right hand from hell.
Your winner by way of knockout, still undefeated, and now the WBA interim heavyweight champion of the world, from Ipswich, England, Fabio Warley.
Bataya at the peak of his powers at 29. 10 centimeters is that height advantage. 11 centimeters of reach as well, and plenty of weight also going to the Australian, the defending champion, Jai Bataya, against Claudio Squayo.
Okay, boxers, we went over the rules in the dressing room. All punches here will be good. All punches right here will be good. Obey my commands. Give me a good, clean fight. Touch him up, scoop back.
Squayo has a driven man in front of him. The conventional wisdom being that Squayo will throw bombs as long as this lasts. Ben Damon in commentary alongside former cruiserweight champion Ted Kofi. And, well, Bataya is clearly ready to go here. Squayo looked relatively cold standing there at centre ring.
Yeah, he did. Not an ounce of sweat on his body, just stoic, no expressions on his face. And Jai's just going to have a look for a few seconds or for a round and then see him explode and do something big.
Just measuring with that lead right hand is Bataya. Then he tries to turn it into a hook. And he goes to the midsection of Squayo. Squayo tries to come forward with that big left hand, but cannot find Bataya.
Yeah, Jai showing great distance control, great maneuverability.
It's a good shot.
Beautiful shot.
Good shot on the inside too. Squayo came back with some good punches.
Came back with nice shots, but you don't want to trade with Jai Bataya.
So, good little moments there for Bataya. Then Squayo did have his chance on the inside and through, but Bataya with a menacing punch, and now he does look for that uppercut. Now he starts to open up a bit, does Bataya.
Yeah, beautiful
late in this second round.
Beautiful work.
There's a shot over the top. Squayo just retreats for a moment after that left hand from Bataya, but that's 2 rounds down. Bataya steps into him with the left hand. Squayo wheeling around again to his left and trying to jab. Here comes Bataya.
Nice cut off the angle there. Block the ring.
Uppercut over the top too. Squayo comes forward. Well, he's taking his chances when he has them, is Squayo, but he just received a very big right hand.
Yeah, he took it well. It was a big shot. Undefeated Squayo fighting like an undefeated fighter.
There's a shot and a counter shot. Squayo scored with the right hands, took one back.
Yeah.
And Bataya is closing in on him.
Yeah, he's closing
Squayo with big shots again. Squayo over the top. Bataya just striding towards him ominously. There's not much on that from Squayo. His right hand's found a home at times.
It's a survival swing. And Bataya just looking to close the gap and finish him off. Landing something big and meaningful.
Left hand gets through, an uppercut from Bataya. And a straight left hand as well. Squayo on the inside here. Body shots from Bataya.
Great body work.
On the inside he tries to work. Squayo works over the top. Body shot again from Bataya.
Beautiful body work. And he's bringing in the uppercuts as well.
Squayo goes southpaw for a moment. Now he evades and just stands in this neutral corner.
Nice
a dangerous position to be as Bataya finds an uppercut late in this third round. Squayo hanging on. Tries to punch through the gloves of Squayo, who covers up. Now comes forward with a right hand. Body shot.
He said no.
So the ruling is that he held and hit from Robert Hoyle, the referee. He says that he held and hit. Squayo,
but it set the blueprint,
is pointing low, as though he believes it was a low shot.
I'm not
sure that that's what the referee has ruled. Rather, he just didn't like the holding from Opataya, but Squayo gets his chance to recover here regardless.
Yeah.
This is the moment in question, so the hand of Opataya gets around the outside, and that is certainly not low.
Right in the solar plexus.
And have a look at the gaze of Opataya. Staring across that ring at Claudio Squayo, who just bought himself some time, but now has his world closing in on him.
Exactly, the blueprint is set. There you go, Jai Opataya going for the kill.
He strides forward. Does Opataya. Squayo. These are desperate times.
Yeah, very desperate times. Opataya, powerful.
Over the top goes Squayo. Opataya, he'll try and find that shot again.
He will.
Around the midsection.
Right in the solar plexus. Jai, look at that, determined.
From Opataya again. Squayo stumbled forwards towards him.
Precise, meaningful, determined, looking for the body again, Jai Opataya.
He goes again to that exact same spot as Opataya, and now he's just trying to pick his shots, and he finds Squayo on the way in. Squayo has a chance to work here. Opataya tries to work to the body again. Squayo desperately hanging on to that hands of Opataya. Now he comes forward, and body shots are there again from Opataya.
He doesn't like the body. Oh, he landed a nice
good right hand from Squayo. So it is one-way traffic here, but Squayo has been tough. He's hung around. He's tried to score with shots when he gets the opportunity. And Opataya, you get the feeling he can continue to step things up here on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, Jai's going to start.
There's a good shot. That is a good shot. Squayo, he heads down.
Beautiful.
He gives himself some time, and will he continue, the Italian?
I think it's all she wrote.
It is over.
Yeah.
The reign continues, and unification beckons. Opataya a winner again. It was a matter of time for Australia's Jai Opataya, who had things all his own way throughout against the tough Italian, who ultimately wilted off her big right hands. He'd seen enough. He'd certainly felt enough. This was the shot. Caught him flush.
Yeah, solid punch.
And he knew straight away that Squayo that something was amiss.
Yeah, he grabbed his jaw. He knew he was hurt straight away.
The end comes officially at 36 seconds of round number 5. Method of victory, knockout in favor of your winner and still IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Jai